Morning. Today is Wednesday. Already. I can't keep up.
December the 19th. Welcome to the show.
That's right. This is WGTV today. It's a little after 7 o'clock in the morning. If you're joining us at 7 o'clock in the morning, otherwise it's a little afternoon. And if it's not a little afternoon where you are, it may be about 5:30. Anyway, I'm so confused. Hello, Kim. Hello, my name is Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning and thank you.
Oh boy. Okay, it's the 19th of December, and we're counting down the days till Christmas.
That's right.
And we appreciate very much your being with us this morning.
The holiday season is upon us, and we'll be starting shortly. But we do want to review who's on the show today. We will have Jessica. She will be here from the Cooperative Extension. We'll also have from Wayne Community College, Tara Humphreys, and the Teacher of the Year, Miss Charlotte Brow, who is also an instructor at Wayne Community College, of course. And then Nicholas Cole, a local artist and jazz musician, who is here to talk about a performance he's going to have at the Paramount Theater that
in just a few
you know
days,
quite well.
This weekend, as a matter of fact.
That's right.
The 22nd, that's a Saturday evening, and
that's right, 8 o'clock.
I am so fortunate. I was asked to be the MC of that event, and I'm just all excited about that. I just can't wait. It's going to be a great
We'll tell
evening.
you all about that.
Yeah, that's all coming up here in just a little while.
That is.
It is December 19th. Today is National Oatmeal Muffin Day.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
Oatmeal muffin.
Yes, indeed. Wayne County Commissioners met yesterday morning, and if you happen to miss that meeting, you can go online to our website, waynegov.com. You can hear that and see that meeting online on our archived YouTube pages.
Same thing with City Council. We met Monday night. The City Council meeting was videotaped and, of course, is on our YouTube channel as well as our Vimeo channel. And we share it on the City of Goldsboro's Facebook page as well. So there are many outlets for you to be able to view the City Council meeting Monday night. You can go to the city's website, which is goldsboronc.gov, and click on the YouTube channel or Vimeo channel.
And you know, something I wanted to mention that I should have mentioned before now, and here a few weeks ago, you know, I took a ride on the Gateway bus system.
Yes, you did.
And I want to remind people that even though the price of gasoline now seems to have dropped a little bit around the area, it is still more economical for you to take the bus. You can ride Gateway for a very small amount of money, and the Gateway schedule is posted on their site, but it's also available at various areas, places around the county. I will encourage you to consider using Gateway to do your travels around the city and around the county. It's just a great system, and they work very hard to make sure that it's comfortable, it's convenient, and it's just a great way to travel about the Wayne County area.
Well, Wayne, you know, the Cliffs of the News have so many activities that have been offered throughout the whole month of December. And we want to remind you they're also having a Winter Wonderland. It'll be on December the 29th at 1 p.m. As the temperatures drop in December, if they drop, people start wondering about snow. Will we get any? If so, how much? Come on out to the park and explore the beauty and the importance of winter weather, even if there isn't any snow on the ground. The park will make their own snow to play with and discover some of the wonders of winter weather, and they're going to meet at the Visitor Center.
Oh boy.
So that is Winter Wonderland at the Cliffs of the Neuse on December the 29th.
Oh, that's great. Well, today is the 19th, and it's less than a week until Christmas Day, next Tuesday. All right, and the Wayne County government offices, most of the offices are going to be closed on the 23rd, 24th, 25th. That's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Of course, closed on Sunday. But the office is closed on Monday and Tuesday. Some of the offices will be open on the 26th through that weekend, and then closed on, of course, Sunday. The landfill and convenience centers, for your convenience, closed on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, of course, and then will be open on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Closed on Sunday, of course, and then we'll reopen on Monday, and then closed on New Year's Day, Tuesday of next week.
Well, Wayne, the Eastern Wayne Middle School Band and Chorus are joining together to have a holiday concert. But the unique twist is they're going to have a Latin dance group performance as well.
Really?
It's all Thursday, tomorrow night, Thursday, December the 20th at 7 p.m. at Eastern Wayne Middle School.
I love that. Latin dance,
Latin dance group. Wow.
All right.
That's an interesting
They
pair.
don't say what kind, do they? Is it like flamenco, or is
You
it?
have to go and see.
Oh,
it's a surprise.
It's a surprise. You have to go and see.
That's right.
All right. All right. Let's see what else we have here.
That's right.
Yeah, the Master Gardeners, you know, gardening is the most favored hobby in America.
Is it really?
It is. there are more people who garden than any other hobby in America. And if you are really into gardening, or if you just want to start, a lot of people would love to start, they just don't know how or where to start, then you might be interested in taking the Master Gardener course that's going to be available from the Cooperative Extension Service coming up in January. Now call the Cooperative Extension Office now at 75, well, wait till they open, 751-1525, 751-1525, and tell them that you're interested in this and get details about it, because these classes fill up very quickly. There's one beginning in January, and you want to know right away how to get and how to become a part of this.
And you know, Wayne, you can also ask them about how to have a small box garden. If you live in a small area and you don't have a large backyard, or you would like, or you don't want to deal with being outside,
Right.
but you're interested in gardening, and you want to grow, whether it's herbs or whether it's plants, whatever you want to grow. We saw recently a way that you can have a small garden in a box. You never know.
yeah,
They
how
can
about
tell
that's
you all
right.
about that. Remember, we saw that over, where was it?
That was at the Pets shop.
Pet Village and
Pet Village
Ceramics,
downtown
that's right. They
on
have
North
the
Center
small
Street.
garden boxes for sale.
Yeah.
That was quite interesting, I thought, for you, those of you that live in a small area, or if you don't necessarily live in a small area, but you just want to have a small garden, whether you're just getting started or
You know,
whatever the case may be.
I once grew, I've got a large deck, and on that deck I grew a whole bunch. I had an okra garden. I love okra, and I planted it in boxes on the deck.
Did you really?
I did.
Well, you know, that's what the gentleman from Pet Village and Ceramics was talking about, is how a lot of people would put them on their back deck or their patio, or if they just had a small little area, or they just were intimidated by a large garden.
Yeah.
This was perfect size for them.
Yeah, now that's true. Now, some people are intimidated by a large garden, and there's no need to be. Gardening is fun, and a lot of people think, well, if I plant something, half of it's going to die. Well, yeah, a lot of it will, but don't let that stop you, because even gardeners who have perfect gardens have plants
That's
that don't
right.
make it. So
We saw pictures of some of those gardens, and it looked like
yeah.
they had like red peppers planted in there,
yeah,
and
you did.
all kinds of fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
It's quite interesting.
it is interesting, and it's a lot of fun. So, Master Gardeners, if you're interested in that program, then talk to the folks over at the Cooperative Extension Service, 731-1525.
That's right. All right, well, why don't we go and see what Miss Jessica's got to talk about from the Cooperative Extension.
Let's do that. Up next on WGTV Today. Well, today we're talking again to Jessica Strickland of the Cooperative Extension Service, horticulture agent, and thank you for being with us again. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good.
Great. Who's this guy?
This is Bob Kemper. He is a local beekeeper in Wayne County, and he is a member of the Beekeepers of the News, which is an association of beekeepers that meets in Wayne County. And he was wanting to come speak today a little bit about beekeeping.
Did he really want to?
My arm still hurts from where she twisted it.
Yes.
Bob, it's always good to see you. I've known you
It's-
for a number of years,
Yeah, it's
and
good to see you
it's
too,
great
Wayne.
having you in the studio with us here today.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
you're
you.
doing well.
I'm hanging in there, yes.
It's Beekeeper Bob here on WGTV today, and thank you for being in here. Now, tell us about, we want to know about bees. Now, a lot of times people don't realize the importance of bees.
Right. This is an 8-hour program, right? I can tell you
No,
about
no,
bees.
no.
Oh, okay.
Cut it down to
okay.
about, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah, right,
okay.
yeah, right.
Yes, bees are excellent. They're the state beneficial insect.
Okay.
They're responsible for pollination of strawberries and cucumbers and watermelons and all the good stuff we have right here in Wayne County.
Right.
And it's very important. And the bees are coming back a little bit. We had colony collapse. We've had all kinds of issues, but they're starting to come back a little bit. And yeah, we're getting people interested in beekeeping, because that's another thing. I know it's hard for you to believe, Wayne.
It's hard to make
The graying of the beekeepers, you know, the people are actually aging, and so.
Yeah, I don't understand
Yeah,
any
I
of
know,
that.
I know.
That's way beyond me. You know.
So we're looking for somebody more like Jessica's age.
Jessica.
Than,
In her age group. So, but it is important. Now,
Oh, yeah.
what would it be like if, and people run from bees because they're scared of bees, because bees sting, but what
They
would it,
can,
they
but they-
can,
They aren't interested in it because they die.
Yeah.
A honeybee
and
will
they
die.
know this.
I don't know if they do or not,
Well,
but,
okay.
but,
Well,
but
I
yes,
was told.
they
But see, the thing is, the point is, if we didn't have bees,
you'd lose a lot of food. the crops would just be not good at all.
Yeah, there'd be little
no
or no
almonds,
crops.
no strawberries, no this, no that. I mean, you'd have little runty things. You've seen these bad cucumbers that are just runts.
I had some today.
Yeah.
Runty cucumbers. I hate them.
Well, they weren't pollinated properly.
Okay.
And so what you need to do, Wayne, is set up a beehive
Oh.
to pollinate your cucumbers.
Well, how much room does it take to set up a pollinate?
About 20 inches by
Oh, was that all?
13. Yeah, that's the size of a hive.
I guess the bees do all the work, right?
Well,
Or
for the
most of it, yeah.
most part, they have trouble lifting the wooden hives, but other than that,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. But now,
On a serious note.
On
okay.
a serious note. Okay, so tell me, now somebody who may be interested in starting a hobby.
Oh, are they in luck?
Oh,
Oh, funny you should say that.
funny I should say that.
Yes.
Yes.
Jessica, tell them about the
Sure.
We have a class coming up.
Yeah, they've people that are interested in beekeeping. They have a couple opportunities within the county. One is we have a beekeeping class coming up starting January 3rd, and it runs through February 7th, and it'll be on Thursday nights from 7 to 8:30. And they can sign up through our extension office, and it's $25, and they can learn all about beekeeping, from about bees themselves, to equipment, to problems they may run into, and how to handle those, how to extract honey, all these different topics that deal with having a beehive and having honeybees. You learn in this class, and you can go through that class and then become a certified beekeeper by taking tests and a practical. So there's opportunities even beyond the class.
So, Bob, starting up a beekeeping hobby,
right.
You could actually, in such cases as some people that I know personally, actually take it a step further and actually start your own little business.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's easy to do, is it?
It is, depending on how deep you want to get into this. Yeah. You can either do it as a hobby or as a sideline. A lot of beekeepers, including myself, we extract honey, and therefore we usually end up with more honey than just for us, and then we sell our honey. Yeah. And there are other hive products such as beeswax, propolis, that people will purchase from you.
At the same time, if somebody doesn't want to go in, and as you say, you can get into it as deeply as you like. You can keep it as a hobby.
Exactly.
But the thing is, the beekeepers, those who have an interest in this, are just, there seems to be little interest by the younger generation.
Well, yes and no. Everything's changing.
Okay, well, what is it?
Well, it's a yes and no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We are getting some young people that are interested in it. Every time we go out to schools and that, some of the students are like, oh, I don't want to get stung. But the rest of them are kind of curious, they're interested, and they're amenable to thinking about taking up beekeeping. We're trying to push, to give you one example of youth and beekeeping, the beekeeping merit badge has been dropped from the Boy Scouts.
Really?
Yes, but we're trying to get it reinstated because it had dropped, back in the 70s, I think, way back then. And so, but now there is an interest in beekeeping. When I first got into beekeeping about 7 years ago, there wasn't a club anywhere around, but that year was the year that a club started in Kinston. That club grew and grew, and a lot of people from this area joined the club, enough that we actually did a split and we started the Beekeepers of the Noose Club right here in Goldsboro.
Wow, okay.
So we're attracting more people and more young people, but we're still getting a lot of the gray hairs too. So.
Well, no, don't discount the gray hairs.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any hair. I know.
Oh, okay. Oh, the no hairs.
The no hairs, right? Not nose hairs, no hairs.
No hairs. Not. Okay. Well, okay, but anyway. It is an interesting project, and you mentioned this. Some people are afraid of bees, but there's no point in being afraid of bees.
No.
Because honeybees are not aggressive.
Correct.
They're not aggressive.
Unless you go right to their hive and mess with them.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you come to my hive, you know, don't mess with me.
Right,
You know,
right,
so
see?
I'm not going to go mess in their home.
Right, right.
So
Fortunately, you don't have a stinger.
I don't have a stinger, yeah. And if I did and stung someone, I probably wouldn't die anyway.
Yeah.
I'd just rot.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
but you don't want to fool around with the bees.
No.
And
But they're
because-
fun to watch. I mean, if you see a bee out and about, it's working.
Yeah.
And she's working is what I really should say. She's working, and if she would be landing on a flower or something, I don't overly recommend it, but I mean, you could kind of bump her and push her from one petal to another. But now normally they're so flighty they aren't going to stay on that petal for very long.
Long enough for you to do that.
But they aren't protective of that because that's not their hive.
Yeah.
And they won't bother. The only time that you're going to get nailed if you're not near their hive is if you reach behind something. Like if I pick up something and I can't see what's on the other side and I reach over there and there's a bee there, she thinks I'm going to crush her, which I probably am, and so she'll defend herself and she'll sting me.
So it's
Not
a
her
defense.
fault.
Right.
Right.
It's a defense.
I'm over there.
Yeah.
And I've heard of people stepping on bees when they're walking barefoot
Oh,
through the
yeah. I
stuff.
used to do that as a kid.
But that's about it. I mean, you really have to work to get stung. I mean, it's really, they're in defensive mode. They aren't aggressive. They aren't going to nail you, as opposed to wasps.
Now, that's a different story altogether. Wasps
That's a whole
and hornets,
different story.
Entirely
Wasp
different.
and hornets,
They are aggressive.
yes,
Well, they
especially
can be,
yellow jackets.
more so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yellow jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the bees coming up out of the Africanized bees coming up out of South America? have they calmed down at all? And what made them mad to start with?
Because they like the warm climate in Africa and they aren't happy with us.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, I don't. The reason we're still monitoring it.
Okay.
We figure eventually that will work its way up. And that's going to be interesting because this is the beauty of learning about beekeeping and all these potential challenges. They aren't here yet, but we're preparing folks. And so eventually, if they do make it to North Carolina, the beekeepers will be a source of reference and support for this,
Yeah.
for protection for people.
But and I've heard several possibilities. One being that they would intermingle with the
They do, yeah.
normal bees,
right,
and
they-
lose a lot of the aggression.
No,
Oh no!
no. In fact, it works the opposite
Oh
way.
really?
Yeah.
They get madder than
They get more aggressive. Theoretically, if I remember correctly, you're trying to stump me here.
Yes, I am.
But
I'm a stumper.
the African bees were never quite as aggressive. But then when they intermingled with the domestic bees, they got a little more aggressive.
Oh.
And you have to treat them a certain way. You have to use more smoke when you work them. You can't have, like right now, we'll have a whole bunch of hives on a stand. No, you're going to do a hive per stand.
Oh.
But you can still work them.
You can work them.
Yeah.
And they produce honey.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
Is it-
just don't. They usually have smaller hives and therefore smaller amounts of honey, not, because it's a smaller hive. Kind of
So here's an idea. Set up hives only for Africanized bees and sell the honey at a premium. Huh? I mean,
It's an idea. It's not a good idea, but it's an idea.
It is an idea. It's not a good idea. It really stinks. Thanks,
right.
Bob.
Anytime.
My friend,
Hey,
former friend, yes.
hey, you asked a beekeeper
I did,
a
didn't I?
question.
I did.
Right. And that's what we're here for. And that brings up a great point.
What's the
Mentoring.
Oh,
Because how are you going to know unless you talk to a beekeeper about how stuff works, especially if you're a beginning beekeeper?
there you go.
So it is great. We try to mentor the folks,
Mm-hmm.
and we just have the best time.
I know you
and,
do.
And but it's an art, so you'll get different opinions from different beekeepers.
Well, look here. Tell me about this stuff right here. What is
oh, that little jar.
that? That little deal
oh
right there.
my,
huh? Tell me about
that gold right there.
that gold. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a little hard to see that it's a little bear,
I'm gonna
but
get in there a little closer.
you have to tilt it a little bit more to get the full bear.
Oh, it's a
in there.
bear. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there. See, you got it.
Oh,
Okay, it's a little cute little bear, And the story behind that is I took some honey off of my hives late in the fall, which is not a real good idea. So this is where the art part comes in, whether, you know, are these bees going to make it through the winter if I take the honey off?
Right.
And I just took a little bit off.
Yeah.
Well, when I extracted it, I said, this is really good honey. I think what I'm going to do is enter it into the North Carolina State Fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I did.
You did?
Yeah, and guess what?
What?
It took second place in the dark honey division. I have the second best honey in the state of North Carolina.
Bob,
Hey,
that's wonderful.
I know.
Well, congratulations.
Surprise me.
Well, that's wonderful.
It is. It is.
That's great.
I am tickled. So
Oh,
it is.
about that.
But I don't have hardly any of it.
Okay.
I mean, it
So
was
it's
such
very
a
little.
small amount that,
Okay.
it's I just have a little
Well,
bit
do you have you gone commercial? Have you decided to get into the biz?
Well,
No pun intended.
now,
Oh, that's Buzz.
Buzz,
Never mind.
nice try.
I tried.
Nice try. Strange you should ask.
Yes. Is it? Well, I'm
Now,
known to be
by
strange.
commercial, there's different things when you talk about commercial. Like I say, almost every beekeeper may produce enough honey to be able to sell to friends and neighbors and other folks.
Right.
Okay, but another thing is pollination. Getting back to the pollination, North Carolina State beneficial insect, and all this kind of stuff. And so Beverly Keene, you know,
I know Beverly.
you know Beverly,
I do.
and her husband Steve King.
I've
Commissioner
heard
Steve
them,
King.
yeah.
You've heard of him?
The
Yeah,
name.
he's kind of around somewhere.
He hangs around here.
Well,
a lot, yeah.
I mentor Beverly Keene.
Oh.
I'm her mentor, and all of a sudden
she's becoming a beekeeper.
she is.
She is a beekeeper.
She is a beekeeper.
I didn't know that.
And she is a good one.
Oh my.
And but we kind of decided, let's play. Oh, that's the other thing about this stuff. You can play with the bees, you know, kind of stuff.
You what?
So we decided to play, and we're going to do pollination. We're going to put 8 hives out on pollination this spring. Spring. There we go.
Spring.
Okay. Yes, this spring we're going to start doing pollination, and then as soon as the strawberry crop is over, then we'll be moving to cucumbers or melons or something on that order for another crop. So we rent out hives to farmers.
Aha.
Yeah, rent.
Now that's a big
rent,
business.
yeah, it's a
That's
huge
an
business.
enormous business.
It is.
And I don't think many people
They're-
know about that.
Right, and they're
You actually
that's-
load hives on a truck and take the truck to
Take-
take the truck to them,
exactly.
full of bees.
Right, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to be doing that, huh?
Well, we're going to do it on a small
On a
scale
small scale.
because we just want to play with it.
Well, sure. Well, you're playing it.
That's
sounds,
it.
That does sound like fun.
And that's what's so fun about this stuff is you can get in as deep or as little as you want to, and just have a ball.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And what's not fantastic is we're out of time.
I knew it was coming.
It was.
Yeah.
I know. But
Jessica
Bob-
didn't even get in a word
I know.
edgewise.
I know. Well, how could she?
I know.
I knew he had the information.
He
You know,
did.
I'm
Well,
learning.
Jessica, again, tell us when that class is there.
It's going to be Thursday nights, January 3rd to February 7th.
Every Thursday night.
And it's going to be at the Wayne County Public Library, and it's 7 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. And they can call the extension office to sign up, and if they want to get more information about the Beekeepers of the News Club when they meet and so forth, we can provide that information also.
All right. So they can start with you
Yes.
at 731-1525.
That's right. Yes.
731-1525. Call and talk to Jessica if you have an interest in beekeeping or learning about beekeeping. Maybe you don't know. You just want to try it,
Right.
or you just want to get information about it. All right?
And some people do. They just get the information,
Yeah.
and they never become beekeepers. But they've gotten the information, they've expanded their knowledge,
Right.
there
and,
you go.
and have a good time in the
That's
park.
good. Okay. Jessica, thank you for being with us again, and we'll see you. And a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Merry Christmas,
Christmas to
Bob,
you.
and best to you guys. And I appreciate the information and all this about the beekeeping class. And this starts when?
Starts January 3rd.
January 3rd, 731-1525, Jessica Hyatt. Bob Kemper, Beekeeper Bob, our guest today.
I love it.
I know. I gave him that name 7 years ago when he said, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to be a beekeeper.
What am I thinking?
All right. Thanks a lot, pal.
You're
good
welcome.
to see you. Thank you,
to see you.
Jessica. Always
Thank
good to see you. I'm Wayne Alley. Back on WGTV today, wash your hands.
And why is that, Wayne?
Well, because it's that time of year when germs are easily spread, and a lot of people have this thing that's going around, and I can almost promise you, you probably know someone who's either missing work or is out of school or something.
That's exactly right.
And it's a part of it may be because they didn't wash their hands and they came in contact with somebody who was carrying this stuff. So wash your hands if you want to stay healthy, if you want to avoid becoming ill this time of year. This is Christmas time. You don't want to be sick at Christmas.
That's exactly right.
So there. I'm done.
Well, let's talk about a very jazzy Christmas, Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that. It's this Saturday evening. It's with Nicholas Cole,
Yeah.
a local musician. We've interviewed him and we've showcased Nicholas on the show several times.
Yeah.
But I want to give you some information that national critics have said about him.
About Nicholas Cole?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
my. Okay.
It says, having first caught the attention of the label a few years ago with the release of his self-produced debut, Cole has accumulated a rather large and rapid following of believers who, at his label, have caught a small glimpse of how great he can be.
Wow.
Another one says, pianist Nicholas Cole was first signed by Cutmore Records at the age of 18, and with the technical proficiency and artistic vision of those twice his age.
Wow.
One last one, Nicholas Cole walks a harmonic tightrope as an instrumentalist with a Bob James meets Herbie Hancock type vibe that is harmonically a step ahead of his contemporaries. Bottom line is that Nicholas Cole is a real deal. How about that?
How about that? That's
And he is going to
wonderful.
be at the Paramount Theater this weekend.
And he's-
Tickets on sale.
Yeah.
There's going to be, I believe, a small reception beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have some hors d'oeuvres, and that's at 7, and then at 8 p.m. starts his very jazzy Christmas debut. You'll be there emceeing.
I will.
He'll have a few local vocalists that will be joining him on stage, so it's a great show. Looking forward to it this weekend.
You know what gets me is that this young man is from
He's
right
only 19.
here. He's 19. He's from right here in Wayne County.
That's right. We have many talented individuals.
Don't we, though?
We certainly do. We certainly do.
We do. And he's one, but man, is he good.
He is excellent.
You know, he was, he
And
played.
plays by ear. Don't do the whole ear thing. But he plays by ear. He doesn't read music.
Wait a minute. Don't do the ear thing?
Yeah, every time I say he plays by ear, you do some crazy ear
Well,
thing.
you know, I was wondering how he got his head down that low on the key. Yeah.
That means he doesn't read music.
Oh, he
he
doesn't-
hears it in his head, he can just play it.
Oh, is that what it means?
That's what it means.
Oh, I thought he played by ear.
Wayne,
Yeah,
Wayne,
I know.
Wayne.
Don't wear it out. Anyway, hey, but we do have. He was at the senior center and he played
Yes,
for
he
the
certainly
seniors
did.
there, and it was just nice to have that little melodic
Oh, yes.
tune in the background there. It was fantastic.
But he's excellent. He can play anything.
Yeah, he
and what was so interesting was he said that he loves all different types of music, especially country. Go figure.
I know.
But he plays jazz.
Jazz is his love.
That's exactly
But
right.
he can play anything.
He
and
sure can.
And he does. You're right. He does enjoy country music. Well, let's see. What else do we have going on here?
Well, I want to remind everybody about the GPAC, which is the Goldsboro Partners Against Crime.
Yeah.
This is an initiative where the Goldsboro Police Department, the City of Goldsboro, have come together to have an initiative that will fight crime in our community. And it is a 3-part partnership. It is community, law enforcement, and community, law enforcement, and who have I missed?
And the third one.
Oh my gosh, yes. The judicial system.
Oh, the judicial system.
Of
That was-
course,
oh, I
that
knew
is the third piece to
sure.
this puzzle. These 3 entities have joined together to fight crime and to host this initiative in our community. It will start January the 1st. If you would like to hear more details about this program, go to the city's website, goldsboronc.gov. On the right side of the page, you'll see GPAC, or Goldsboro Partners Against Crime. Click on that link and it will take you to a page that will give you all the information about that program and that initiative and how successful it has been in other communities. We are following the High Point, North Carolina model, which has been extremely successful. They have a 90% success rate with that program. So
wow.
we're following their lead, and community members are stepping up to be a part of that. We'll tell you more and more as the time passes by and as we have more information to share with you. But it's on the City of Goldsboro's website. We have heard what the community has asked for, and this initiative is here to meet those needs.
Very good. And speaking of crime, you know, Kerry Winders, the sheriff of Wayne County, is reminding people, even though there's only a few days left before
That's
Christmas,
right.
that some people are still shopping. And we want to remind you that as you're out and about in the community, regardless of where you are, kind of have a sixth sense about
your
where you are,
surroundings.
about your surroundings. Look around you as you exit your vehicle. Look around you and see if there's anybody nearby, somebody that something looks out of place. If they're just kind of standing around, mulling around.
Right.
I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it happen. And it was at a major shopping center. And you just have to be aware of your surroundings.
That's right.
And make sure when you purchase anything that you hide it in your vehicle.
You put it in your trunk or wherever you can, that it's not so open for criminals to see.
If criminals are walking by your car and they see something in your car, then they're more apt to break a window and steal it. And it only takes a second to break a window and grab a purse or grab a package or grab something. Whereas if it's in the trunk, they don't know that there's something there for sure. They may
right.
suspect it, but they don't know it for sure, and they're not likely to break into your car if they can't see something right there that's easy to take. They'll move on to the next vehicle.
And one of the things you mentioned, I believe it was last week, was don't unlock your car until you're very close to the car.
That's true. That's true. You all the time I see people when they're either walking away from their car or they're walking up to their car, they'll open the thing up before they ever get to it.
They hit the door lock, automatic lock, or
yeah,
unlock.
they hit the automatic lock on their.
And someone
on their
could get in
keychain.
your car and you
Sure.
not know they're there.
Yeah.
Right.
So don't do that. Just make sure that you lock your car as you're leaving it instead of walking away and just kind of throwing it over your shoulder, you know, and you hear your car horn blow and you think, man, that's really cool. Don't do that. Lock it when you get out and unlock it when you get to your car.
Keep yourself safe during the holidays.
Exactly. And park in lighted places. All right. Just use a little common sense about it. Just be careful. And that's coming from Kerry Winders and from us here at WGTV Today.
That's right. Well, Wayne, up next we have Tara Humphries, Public Information Officer from Wayne Community College, and she brings along with her Charlotte Brow, who has been named Teacher of the Year at Wayne Community College. Let's hear more about this award, and let's hear what she teaches at Wayne Community College. That's up next. Welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Kim Best, your host. I'm honored today to have two ladies representing Wayne Community College, both Miss Tara Humphries, who is the Public Information Officer for Wayne Community College, but also we have a mighty special guest, Miss Charlotte Brow. She is Wayne Community College's Teacher of the Year. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, what an honor.
Absolutely.
What an honor. Well, not only are you the Teacher of the Year, you have also, in 2008, you were the Distinguished Chair, which allowed you to travel abroad.
Yes, yes.
You've had quite a few opportunities and awards bestowed upon you.
It's a wonderful school to be a part of.
We hear great things about Wayne Community College. Well, tell me more about what is current. Tell me more about this 2012 George E. Wilson Excellence in Teaching Award.
Well, I was able to have no idea that, first of all, have no idea that I was nominated for it. And your peers actually nominate you. And so I was so surprised and so humbled that my peers thought enough of me to do that.
Absolutely.
And they worked on a packet for about a year. And so it was announced.
That's a lot of background information.
Yes, and it was announced at graduation in May.
So you're sitting at graduation, had no idea.
Had no idea.
They're describing this soon-to-be
That's
named
right.
Teacher of the Year at Wayne
And
Community. You're just sitting there at graduation.
And I'm thinking it's someone else. And then they start describing things that, that sounds like me.
familiar.
And then my supervisor taps me on the leg and smiles, and I said, oh my.
Well, how did you feel when your name was announced?
Just very shocked and surprised. Very shocked
I'm
and
sure you
surprised.
felt honored as well.
Absolutely
I was
honored.
watching her wondering if she was going to get up.
Really?
Go get the award. She just kept sitting there.
I know. It was
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So tell me a little more background information. Now, what do you teach at Wayne Community College?
I teach history, mainly now American history and occasionally North Carolina history.
Okay, so you are a history buff.
I love it, yes.
You love it. Well, tell me, what's the criteria to be selected for this large honor?
Well, you know, I guess it's what you're doing in teaching, innovations in teaching, things you do beyond the classroom. I was chair of the Cultural Diversity Global Education Task Force, and with that responsibility was wonderful because it gave me a chance to work with people who were like-minded, who thought, you know, we really need to make our students world citizens as opposed to just students that live in Wayne County or North Carolina. That's right. They need to know about the world.
And that very much fits with your teaching philosophy.
And it teaches with my, yes, it goes with my teaching philosophy.
What is your teaching philosophy, would you say?
Well, I like to make connections, our country to the world, but also I like people to understand their past. You know, you have to vote, so you need to know how the country was founded, how political parties were formed. You need to know the things that we've gone through that has made the United States a superpower. You need to know that as part of your background. I mean, we all learn from our past and our experience. Let's learn about history to know our country's past and experience. So.
Well, that sounds interesting to me. It makes me want to go join your class. I want to learn more about my history and my past. That's fantastic. Well, what do you think? So you've got this philosophy, but what do you think makes your classroom interesting to the students?
Well, I hope that they see connections, and there's always these threads of things. Like we might talk about how when the country was founded, people only voted who had property. Okay, and then all of a sudden, then you start adding just all white males who are 21. Then it becomes African American males. And then it finally becomes women in 1920. So we follow these threads, and I think that makes it relevant to the student. I think we do a little bit of technology, so I have my prop here. And this is a response card. I use PowerPoint a lot for lectures, and Turning Point is a software program that allows you to post multiple choice true-false questions. Students have their own individual one coded to them with their own number. They answer it. The computer will calculate the answer.
So they're a part of the presentation.
You can ask them.
Raise your hand.
Right, exactly. It's all about them being involved in technology, which is what, you know, young people, that's their world.
They love it, and you can get an idea of what they're thinking. Did they understand? And it'll poll the answer for the class. So that's one of the neat things that we do. And just have some unique projects. North Carolina history class has made some exhibits at the Wayne County Museum, different things.
Wow, well, it sounds exciting. Well, Tara, tell us, so now she is Wayne Community College's Teacher of the Year with the George E. Wilson Excellence in Teaching. Now, where does that go?
That made her our automatic nominee for the North Carolina Community College Systems Award, where she would compete against 57 other Teachers of the Year.
From other community colleges across the state.
Right. And she made it to semifinal level.
Well, congratulations.
And we are so proud. She was one of 10. So that puts her in top 10 in the state.
Top 10 in the state. Do you know how amazing that is?
Well, I feel very honored.
Oh,
very honored.
That's
we are so proud of her. So proud. And she had to go to Raleigh and interview with a team from the system office and college presidents and people of distinction.
Oh, absolutely.
And I am sure they were impressed. I know they had to love her.
Well, it was, you felt like you were interviewing again for a job.
For a job,
but,
I'm sure.
But it was,
I'm sure.
It was an interesting experience. But I think the thing that has made this possible is just, you know, we have a school that supports new ideas, new activities. Whenever you're ready to try something new, put on an international festival, something.
So they're staying very current.
Yes.
And very involved in what's going on with the world, and that makes it relevant to young people.
Absolutely.
Thanks to people like Charlotte.
Absolutely. It takes people like you that have these innovative ideas and creative ideas that keep students interested in school, because it's very difficult sometimes with young people who have just graduated from high school. They're freshmen and sophomores in college, and you know, they're not always the easiest to engage in classroom activity. So your creativity makes it much more interesting and intriguing, and makes them curious to learn. And that's been fantastic.
I think one way she does that is because she also has older students in her classroom who may remember some of these things.
Wow.
That's right.
That
adds
to the personal
engagement.
testimonies and personal stories.
That's right. Adds to the discussion, especially in American history too, the more modern.
Interesting. Well, so Wayne Community College has had pretty good luck with their Teachers of the Year in the past. Tell me more about that.
Oh, well, in the last 12 years, out of the 27 that we've been participating in this, we've had 2 finalists for the state award and 2 semifinalists, and Charlotte's in that number.
Well,
So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
we've got good folks at Wayne Community.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. Well, one of the areas that you were judged on was innovation. What kinds of things have you done with your class that are different than what other classrooms? Now, you told us about technology, but how is your teaching style different than you think from some others?
Well, doing different projects, doing some service learning. I actually had my honors class go be docents at the Charles B. Aycock birthplace. They dressed in costume and, things like that.
Experiences?
Yes, yes.
That's fantastic.
So that's a lot of fun. It's very hard to do that with 45 in a class, but you can do that with a small honors class.
Right. Well, my goodness, Charlotte, congratulations to you. You've done an
Thank you,
excellent job, it sounds like, and Wayne Community is a great place to be, but I'm
Yes.
sure they are honored to have you
Yes.
on staff. Goodness. Well, Tara, tell me what kind of prizes go along with this grand honor.
At our level, our Wayne Community College level, she received a wonderful hand calligraphied,
Should have brought that.
multi-matted certificate. It was beautiful, as big as Charlotte. And I have a great picture of her trying to hold it. And $4,000 to do
Oh,
with
goodness.
as she wants.
That's
And
fantastic.
This also makes her the winner of the second of our top 2 prizes at the college, because you mentioned the distinguished chair.
Exactly.
And that allowed her to travel abroad. So I'm sorry, kid, but there's nothing else we can do for you.
So that was back in 2008, right? So
Right.
you won the distinguished chair, and you did go abroad. Tell us where you went and how you brought that learning experience back in the classroom.
Well, I chose Germany, and so we toured throughout Germany, and when you teach World War II, to be able to have been to those places and carry that back with you, because with World War II, it can be a litany of battles
Right.
and things that happen, but all of a sudden you can stop and you can tell them, well, we stopped here. We went to
This is what we
Dachau.
saw,
We saw the concentration camp. And you can bring those experiences
Makes it much more personal and
much
real,
more
doesn't it?
personal. Yes, yes.
What made you choose Germany?
Well, I think because of World War II, but when you go there, there's so much history to that area that dates back centuries. So I just loved it.
How long
And
were
the
you
food
there?
was great.
That's always
That's
a
always a
pleasant
plus.
perk, isn't it?
And cathedrals. It was just and taking a little cruise on the Rhine was just lovely. So just so happy to do that. But I forgot the first part of that. What was the question?
Just how long were you there?
How were
Was
they?
like-
We were there about a week.
Oh, goodness.
So, and we did a circle. We went
And when
around
you
the
say
country.
we,
My husband and I.
oh,
went, yes.
fantastic.
It also
Yes.
works at Wayne Community.
Yes,
it's a
yes.
family thing.
It's a family affair, right?
It is. It is.
Well, Charlotte, we're just so proud of you, and congratulations, and you've won everything you can win
Oh, well.
at the local level here.
As I said,
Kudos
I'm
to
very,
you.
I'm sitting here, but I have so many peers who deserve to sit here because there's some really fine faculty.
Well,
at
we're
the-
proud
at
of
the
Wayne
college.
Community College,
Absolutely.
and glad to have it right here in our community. I think we are blessed to have such a beautiful campus and
Yes,
such wonderful
yes.
faculty that are there that are constantly supporting and ever changing and ever evolving as the world changes
Yeah.
to keep our students the best that we can do and offer them the
We do.
best. Well, thank
Absolutely
you, ladies,
do.
so much. Congratulations
Thank
again. We'll be watching you to see how you continue to change and make your classroom innovative. Thank you so much. And that's what's happening at Wayne Community College. Welcome back to WGTV Today. Wayne,
Yes.
what have you got?
Well, let me tell you, I've got my almanac here, and some interesting things happened on this day. We mentioned that the Christmas Carol, Dickens' Christmas Carol,
Yes.
was first published in England this day, 1843. But in 1922 it was, and that was not, believe it or not, all that long ago. A young lady, 24 years old, she was so sweet, her name Teresa Vaughan, lived in jolly old England. And it was really jolly for her because she was tried for bigamy. in England this day, 1922. Over a 5-year span, in other words, she started when she was 19, she had accumulated 62 husbands.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I don't want to go into any detail, but 62 husbands.
I won't even go there.
I can't imagine. 1927, a fellow by the name of George Scott and another fellow by the name of Frank Elliott became the only two drivers. 1927 now, the year of Lindbergh. Only drivers to ever travel by car 4,200 miles across Canada without gasoline.
Well, how did they travel?
Well, they talked 168 passing motorists into towing their car.
Towing?
Well, they had to tow it because the car didn't have an engine. They said, hey, and this is 1927 now. I mean, cars were still relatively new. So they talked people into it, and people just said, sure, come on.
So what was the point?
Getting across Canada. So why did two guys cross the road?
There you go.
To get to the other side of the country.
There you go.
Okay. Fellow by the name of Johnny Carson. Everybody remembers and loves Johnny Carson. 1973 it was. He created a minor crisis on television when he mentioned during a Tonight Show monologue a news item that said toilet paper was disappearing from store shelves. Well, within a few days, toilet paper actually did become scarce in some areas of the country. The power of television.
Absolutely.
The power of the
power
Tonight
of the
Show.
word, too.
The power of the word. Toilet paper. Yes.
Oh, my
it's missing.
goodness.
It's leaving.
Well, Wayne, as you are making your plans for New Year's Eve,
Yes.
we want to remind people not to forget the pickle drop in Mount Olive, North Carolina.
Got to go there. You got to
That's
go.
right. It is at 6 p.m. It will be over at 7:05. So if you're late, you may miss it.
Right. So it starts at 7 o'clock, right? The event starts at 6. The drop starts at 7.
And it is over at 7:05.
At 7:05, you go home.
It's at, let's see, the corner of 1 Cucumber Boulevard in Mount Olive, corner of Cucumber and Vine. That's
right.
what it is.
There's Vine Street and then
Yes.
there's Cucumber.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy live music, free refreshments from 6 to 7. At the stroke of 7 p.m., watch the glowing 3-foot pickle descend from the company's flagpole into a perfectly preserved redwood pickle tank. Bring a donation. Yeah, exactly. Bring a donation.
Say that again. That was good.
All right, you want to hear that again?
Yeah, I want to hear that again.
All right. At the stroke of 7 p.m.,
Right.
watch a glowing 3-foot pickle descend down from the company's flagpole into a perfectly preserved redwood pickle tank. Yes,
good.
I did say that.
That's good.
Bring a donation of canned food for the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina and receive a chance to win a door prize, which I think is a very large 3-foot pickle also. It's called a pool pickle.
A what?
A pool pickle.
Pool pickle.
Means it floats.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. A pool pickle.
A pool pickle.
All right. Birthdays today include baseball's Al Kaline, born this day 78 years ago. Also, actor Tim Reed, one of my favorites. Tim Reed was Venus Flytrap on the TV show WKRP in Cincinnati.
I remember that.
He also went on to have a couple of other great programs. He was on Barney Miller. He was also on a program about, he had a restaurant in New Orleans, and I can't remember the name of that show, but that was really a great program. And as often happens with great programs, they canceled it. Dumb. Jake Gyllenhaal having a birthday. He's 32 today. Cicely Tyson, talented actress.
Oh, yes.
She's 79 years today. And one of my favorites, James Cecil Dickens. They call him Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy Dickens is 92 years today. May the bluebird of happiness, and you fill in the blank. Okay, we won't even go there. But anyway, he's 92 years today. What else is going on?
Well, Wayne, we've talked a whole lot about holiday traditions across Wayne County, but I don't think we've talked a whole lot about New Year's resolutions. A lot of people
we
make
haven't.
them and a lot of people break them.
Right.
What do you think the top 10 resolutions are?
Well, there's always losing weight and quitting smoking.
Right?
Top 10, all right, that's 2. There's also, I'm going to live a better life. I'm not going to cheat on my taxes. I'm not going to, I'm going to buy shoes. I'm going to, what? What are they?
Well, let's see what the top 10 resolutions are. Spend more time with family and friends,
that's
number 1.
Yeah, is that number 1?
That's number 1.
Well, that's great.
That's number 1.
That's a good one.
Number 2, fit in a fitness or exercise program.
You're right.
We hear that a lot.
Well, yeah.
Tame the bulge or lose weight.
Right.
We hear that a whole lot. Quit smoking, you were right.
Okay.
Enjoy life more.
That's good.
Yes. quit drinking,
That's good.
get out of debt,
That's good.
learn something new.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
Learn
a good
something
resolution
new.
to learn
That's very
something
good.
new.
Help others
That's good.
and get organized.
Good luck.
But number one was spend more time with friends and family.
You know, I like
How about that?
How about that?
I like that too.
How about that?
How about that, Wayne?
How about that, Kim? How about that? All
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
Well, let's see what we have coming up.
Oh, coming up, we have Mr. Nicholas Cole from A Very Jazzy Christmas.
Is it time for that?
It is time for that,
It's
I
time
do
for that.
believe.
Okay.
So stay tuned and let's hear what Mr. Nicholas Cole has to say about his very jazzy Christmas. Hi, I'm Kim Best, your host. Welcome to WGTV. I have two individuals with me today that I'm excited to hear what they've got to say. This is Sherry Archibald with the Paramount Theater and Mr. Nicholas Cole, a performer and talented artist.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, Nicholas, tell us about your show, A Very Jazzy Christmas.
Well, this is a show I wanted to put together, you know, for the community to have something to do, you know, around Christmas time. You know, a lot of people like to hear great jazz music
Oh,
and
yes.
Christmas music, so I figured, you know, I would put something on for them.
You're going to provide us that great jazz music,
Oh, yeah,
huh?
I'm going to try.
You can do it. We have full faith in you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Sherry, tell me a little more about the program itself.
Well, we're excited to have Nicholas here. We've heard wonderful things about his performance, and to be able to display him and his talents on the stage is really exciting, and especially this time of year. So on the 22nd of December is when this wonderful event will be happening. It's actually, the event's going to happen at 8, but an hour prior to the event, at 7 o'clock, there'll be heavy hors d'oeuvres that you can enjoy in the lobby. So your ticket for $25 really buys you a lot, not just the wonderful entertainment. You can socialize and have some great and heavy hors d'oeuvres in the lobby too. It is the 22nd of December, so you know, by then hopefully you've gotten just about done and you're ready to relax and really just get yourself in the mood. And I think that that's exactly what this performance is going to do, is get you in the holiday spirit.
Thank you.
Well, Sherry, tell us where we can get tickets, how much the tickets are. I think you said they were $25, and where can they be purchased?
And it doesn't get any easier. Some of our renters choose to sell them themselves. Some go through the Paramount, and they decided to sell theirs right at the Paramount. So you can. That means you can buy them over the internet at goldsboroparamount.com. You can call us at 583-8432, and we can process them for you right over the phone and hold your tickets at the box office. Or you can come to the theater at 139 South Center Street, and we'll take care of you right there.
Perfect.
We'll have them at the door. Also, if there are any left, we'll certainly have them at the door as well.
Okay. Now, tell us, you're going to have some friends, I believe, performing with you, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have some great vocalists that'll be performing with me. Stephanie Hart, who's my aunt, and Tia Bell, she's my cousin, and Sidney McCall, he's a great vocalist.
All right here from Goldsboro?
Everybody's from Goldsboro.
Oh, nice. Showcasing more Wayne County talent.
It's very important to me, you know, because whenever someone locally does something, they might bring in someone from, you know, New York or wherever, you know. So I feel that it's important to showcase, you know, everybody that has talent here.
And you know, there's a lot of talent right here in our
community. It surprises me how much there is sometimes.
We talk about it all the time. It's just amazing. You know, North Carolina must just be doing something right because we have a lot of talented individuals right here in our community.
That's true.
So December the 22nd, 8 o'clock is the show, 7 is the time the doors open for heavy hors d'oeuvres. Tickets at the door or online, or you can walk in the door at the Paramount Theater and purchase them to come see Nicholas and friends perform A Very Jazzy Christmas. Let's see, any more details we want to cover?
Oh, well, after the show, I'll be doing a meet and greet, so everybody will be able to come out and meet with me and just talk about the show, how they enjoyed it, or if they enjoyed it. Hopefully they will. I'm
sure they will. I'm sure they will. Now, will you have any CDs or anything for sale?
I will. I will have CDs for sale. There'll be 15 apiece, and yeah, I'll probably have my first CD there and my current CD.
Now, are your CDs, are they Christmas CDs or are they just typical jazz?
Typical jazz.
Wonderful.
I probably will do a Christmas CD later on in my career, but right now I'll just have my regular jazz CDs.
He'll just have one of his regular CDs at the age of 19. I love it.
No biggie.
It was wonderful. I was listening to the talent that he has just been really sharing in his short 19 years of life. But it's really exciting when you, I'm sure, when you know this is what I'm meant to do and can pursue that. So
Thank you.
Kudos to you.
Thank you
No
so
doubt,
much.
no doubt. He's got some mighty good supporters, I hear, in his family
Oh,
that are
yeah.
standing right beside him and keep cheering him on and encouraging him to move forward. Well, good luck with everything,
Thank
Nicholas.
you.
We hope you the best of luck, and we expect great things from a very jazzy Christmas and from Mr. Nicholas
Thank
Cole.
you so much.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you on December the 22nd at the Paramount Theater. Come one, come all. Have a happy holidays. We'll see you at the Paramount Theater.
All right, it is back on WGTV today, Cam.
That's exactly right. We hope you all will come out to the Paramount Theater this weekend and see Mr. Nicholas Cole and enjoy a very jazzy Christmas, because
Yeah.
let me tell you, he is fantastic.
He is fantastic.
You don't want to miss it.
That's right. That's right.
You don't want to miss
Well,
it.
let's see. Today's Wednesday, and we have a couple of days now. Want to remind everyone again that with the Christmas holidays here, and want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah. And also, if you're doing any traveling, please wear your seatbelt.
Absolutely.
Now, our friends with the Highway Patrol, Sergeant Burton, and of course Trooper Benny Grady, they're out there working, and they're working hard, and they're saving lives. We want to remind you to please wear your seatbelt as you travel. Make sure your children are seated properly in their child safety seats. And if you have a problem with that, let me tell you, you can go by the Highway Patrol Station. They will help you.
So with the Partnership for Children, right here in
That's
Wayne
right,
County.
they sure will. That's right. That's on North William Street, isn't it?
It certainly is.
All right. So as you travel about the county or travel about the country during this holiday period, please drive carefully. Drive, you know, you don't hear so much about driving defensively anymore. You don't hear so much about that, but it certainly makes good sense to drive defensively. Watch out for people driving around you. Watch out for the cars coming towards you. Just stay alert and keep your eyes on the road.
And we want to remind everybody that our last live show will be December the 21st. Then we'll be on a hiatus for a couple weeks, and you'll be seeing pre-taped shows that have already been on the air. Yeah. We also will start back live on January the 7th.
So that gives us a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks that they'll
Wow.
be seeing a lot of the pre-taped shows. But you know what? We've had some great ones. We've had a lot of interviews from people across our community talking about things that are happening here locally. We have had lots of interviews with both county and city staff to hear about the different departments and what we do. So we ask you to enjoy those shows for those 2 weeks, and you'll see a lot of parades and various other things. And we'll be back with you on January the 7th.
That's 2 weeks. We're going to be gone.
I know, I know.
Okay,
We'll
well.
surprise them when they come back.
Yeah, okay. Well, surprise. Anyway, that.
I do want to remind you one more time about the City of Goldsboro's offices, when they'll be closed.
Right.
We will observe Christmas holiday on Monday, December the 24th, Tuesday, December 25th, and Wednesday, December 26th. All sanitation services that are scheduled for Monday, the 24th, will be serviced that day. There are no changes for Monday, the 24th. All sanitation services for Tuesday, December the 5th, however, Christmas Day, will be serviced on Wednesday, December 26th. The city will observe New Year's on Tuesday, January the 1st, and all sanitation services for that day will be serviced on Wednesday the 2nd, the following day. And you
I
know,
guess
Wayne,
what's that?
that is pretty much it. We want to say happy holidays, spend time, quality time with your family and your friends during the holiday season. You know, there's nothing more special than spending time with those you love.
That's
Stay
exactly right.
safe, both in your homes and with your family on the roads. We will see you again on January the 7th. Enjoy your season.
So until tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. We'll be back then at 7, and then Friday, of course, at 7 o'clock. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.